You get up, you get ready, you go to work. It's still dark when you leave. Your eyes miss the light of day and instead are greeted by screens as you sit down at your desk. Drink your coffee, do your job. Eventually the weekend will come. Do this repeatedly and eventually you can retire. Don't worry about missing your kids. Don't worry about being outside. You have bills to pay and mouths to feed. You're just trying to make it. Lately, this feels like life. Like a blur of running around and living the same day twice. I miss my kids. I miss my life as a stay-at-home mom. I feel like I'm missing something that I don't fully understand. I have found myself asking more questions, pondering about what really matters to me. How much do I need? What does success really look like? And where do I want to be in a year? And even heavier, who do I want to be in a year? It seems like more time is all we are wanting, and at the same time, time itself is so fleeting. We try to can it, jar it, reminisce about it, hope for it, yet the one constant guarantee is that time always passes at the same pace. So what is my pace? Lately, it seems like it's a slow jog, mostly tired and navigating hopes and regular life and needs through foggy eyes, trying to figure out what I'm jogging towards, and it's been a struggle. YouTube, art, motherhood, stability. I know I want my time back, time with my kids, time for myself, and time for the things that I enjoy, which coincidentally are things that matter to me. Things like playing and teaching my kids, cooking, gardening, or trying to garden, painting. The idea that simple little joys could once again be a part of daily life without having to sacrifice other important things like sleep or movement. This overwhelming feeling has really been brought to my attention because of feeling ready to move out of my parents' house. If you didn't know or are new here, hi, my name is Jasmine and I'm a single mom of 2 little boys. After going through a separation and divorce, we moved in with my parents and I got a job in the corporate world shortly after. While I won't go too deep here, I'm not so sad their quote-unquote dad isn't in the picture. We're pretty darn happy. The harder part is the independence within me, feeling like a raging toddler wanting to take control of my life while I look around and everything seems out of reach. It's the one income that has been the story I've had in my head that is holding me back. Being on my own has been liberating as it's brought back the knowing that I can do things on my own for myself and for my kids. On the other hand, it's brought feelings of doubt and fear, leaving me wondering if I'll ever be able to own a home, have my kids be able to do and try all of the things that I would love for them to be involved in. Once again, I'm asking myself, can I even do this? The honest answer, I don't know, because I never have. I've never bought or owned a home, or grown a thriving garden, or even sold the darn art print from my online store. But I have been a sturdy mother to my kids, made many loaves of sourdough, left a bad marriage, became a working mom, and am building and saving for my happy little trio. That might not be much to everyone, but when I reflect on it for myself, it's everything. I might not be making a ton of money right now, but I'm not making nothing either. I often have to remind myself this because I find myself focusing on how expensive things are and interest rates and seeing everything as a cost instead of life being a transaction that I can pick and choose to make. A simpler life does sound good to me. Mapping out what that can look like, living in a suburban area so I can still be close to family can feel like a challenge. A sweet little home with a decent yard decked out with a garden. Yeah, I think that sounds pretty nice. In reflecting, I realized that my take on a simple life was very black or white. It was either a home with a lot of land, a thriving garden and some chickens, maybe a goat or 2, and ta-da, life would be good. Having that picture in my head is hard to steer away from, but the realist comes a knockin' and I start to wonder if that would ever actually be feasible for me as a single mom. Or at least in the near future, with my boys being so little. I don't care to work less hard, I just want to work hard on the right things. The things that move the needle in my life and the lives of those around me. I want to be a force of energy for positivity, for my kids and for other moms and parents out there. This is, at the very least, a constant feeling I know I can keep coming back to. I have decided to shift my thinking and start to uncover what it is I really want. That maybe it's the feeling of those things that I am after, but the actual reality of that lifestyle, maybe not. I can't say for sure as I haven't lived it, and of course there are pros and cons to almost any big decision. But knowing that the vision cast doesn't have to be so black or so white, that it can be a rainbow if I want it to, has really helped reshape my idea of what is possible, and therefore is helping me redefine what I am actually moving towards. A backyard garden would be awesome. A backyard big enough for the boys to run around and play, for a sweet little patio and a solid garden. I can skip out on the chickens and the goat, for now. But when I think of a backyard like this, it not only feels attainable, it feels real. As much as I'd love to drop everything and be out in the country somewhere, immersed in a beautiful landscape, I know that isn't the best decision for me right now. Moving too far away from family would probably be pretty cruel to the boys and would add a lot more pressure on myself, considering I'm still working a corporate job. Thinking about how to navigate getting the boys where they need to be in opposite directions or paying full price for some kind of preschool leaves my head spinning every time. I don't know if it's normal for people to think 10 steps ahead, to be dreaming of a life that is obtainable. It just might be obtainable in much later years, at least in my case. As much as I want to plan, I also want to leave room for God to move and talk and show me all the things He has in store, to live out His vision for my life so it can be a whisper of the amazing things He also has in store for my boys. Trying to find a way out of the corporate life has been hard. I fill my plate and try to balance a lot of creative work alongside the corporate job, and of course always try to keep my kids at the top of the totem pole. I feel like I know what to do, but how to balance all the tasks, plan, execute, and continue to try to get ahead has been difficult. I haven't found my sweet spot, the leverage I need. I haven't figured out what I should focus on the most and pour most of my extra time and energy on, so splitting hairs is what I've been doing. As ready as I am to have my own space again, I have made the decision to stay with my parents for one more year. To save, to find my leverage, to have clarity on what it is I'm looking for in a home and community, and to hopefully have this side hustle of mine turn into all that I know it can be. I don't want to demonize all modern day conveniences or the corporate world. I just want to make my own decisions for me and my family based on the things that matter to me most and the knowledge that I have and continue to gain. And maybe even more than that, right now, it sure seems like what I really need is to know that I can. Thank you so much for watching, for being you, and for joining me in this journey of motherhood and all the creative endeavors. If you feel led, please subscribe and share with anyone in your life that you think might relate or feel seen by tuning in. I'll see you soon.